right, this is Matt from the Comic Hall crew. I've got my brother from another mother. Night Tiger is in the building. Two Southern boys doing our thing here. Tig, how you doing, bro?
What's up? What's up, comic book junkies? Glad to be here and just talk comic books, my favorite subject to talk.
Absolutely, man. This is the inaugural edition of Solid Gold Soul. Well, we're gonna talk some of the good stuff, that good old gold. So, Ty, it's funny, man. Me and you connected on IG, and we've been on a couple panels together, and we have got similar tastes. It's funny because all of us kind of run together. Me, you, Alan. We're all Golden
Yeah.
Age guys, and it's just it's just amazing to watch everybody. How we find our books and everything. So before we get into everything, let's just tell the people about how you got into this, man, because we talked a little bit off air about how we both got into golden, but I'd love to hear your story, for the people to hear your story.
How I got into Golden Age is that, like everybody, like every kid in the 70s and 80s, you find those overstreet price guides at the library, a yard sale, whatever. But in this section, I didn't. Let me grab one real quick. I got one here. I'm sure everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yep.
The Overstreet, and then they had those colored pictures in them, man, and it was like
Yeah. Yeah.
fantasy land. I'll never own this. This is like, and just so beautiful, the four color and everything. And I dreamed about these books, and I learned about them before I even owned any of them. Let's just see if I can show one more page, because it's just so, yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that artwork, man. I think that's the thing that got me into it as well. I had a cousin who used to draw, and that's actually how I got into comic books. Was I would go with him to the comic book store as a kid, and he would drag me over there, and I would just be, enamored by the artwork. And even before I realized what Golden Age was, I had a couple of old books, 10 centers, not realizing what they were, that I actually still have, and was just drawn to that stuff. So yeah, I can understand. Yeah, so I completely understand. So yeah, so tell us a little bit more about how uh, and why you collect Golden Age.
Well, you're a bit younger than me, but I lived the full blown era where we didn't have internet, we didn't have access to stuff.
Well, wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
Not you.
I'm not that young. Hey, I remember when
I
Packer Bell and we used to have the net zeros and all that showed up.
Oh yeah, I remember that. But
Yeah.
I'm saying I was on the lower the other end. You were on the newer end, like you were a little younger. So, but yeah, you kind of remember it, and so you didn't have access to Golden Age. Shoot, I didn't even know where you would buy it. So everybody, you had these listings here, and you could send away and order them through the mail. But I was a kid, that's not something you're familiar with a lot. Like I wasn't. But when so around this is my fourth collection. So around 2008, maybe a little earlier than that, was this boom with the Facebook and stuff. And once I got on there, and I'm like, wow, there's people like me in groups, and they're talking comics, and what's this? And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, this book just came out, but it's worth a lot more now because everybody wants it, type thing. I had never experienced that, but it opened up the whole internet for me. And when I got married to my wife, I didn't use computers. I didn't like them. And she one day, so you could save money if you use them. And I'm like, okay. Then I learned everything about computers. And so when I found out eBay and I had access to pretty much anything I could find, then that's when I started really collecting Golden Age. I just started, what can I afford? What looks cool? And I developed over the years and started going for the books that I dreamed about. And that's what I have. I have a lot of those books now today.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely stunning stuff, man.
I love this era because it's the foundation.
Yeah.
I'm always been a history buff. For me, I've always been about history, the origin, how do things happen. So I love collecting even before Superman comic books, before they even had new stories. Here's one that I found. Now, this book usually goes for about 200 or more because it's from I think it's from 1936, but it has original material in it. That's why people try to get this one. And these series, you can see how big it was, how big these are. Was just reprints. These were first Popeye and Mandrake was in here.
Yeah, I've got.
But so to have so original material in a comic book was like almost unheard of at the time.
Yeah, because I've got one of these as well, one of those large size.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you just got that.
Yeah,
I love Popeye.
Yeah, I'm a big Popeye fan. You see my shirt? Just stand up here, stand up a little bit so you can see what it says. Hustle hard.
Oh, nice.
Oh, when people pimping people out there, the money for hamburgers.
Let me see. I think I got one down off the wall to show here. Popeye. Here's one. This is number 22.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. It's funny how it's all good. How undervalued the
this is from 1938. This is actually the scarcest issue out of the run. I don't know why.
It was probably because that it's those late run books back then.
Well, this is only number. This is 22, so it's early.
Well, consider back then. It would kind of be. It would be kind of like one of those books where you had to be like into it, and then you
right.
And then it's a lot of those books too were tossed out during the war.
But this one's on the scale on the Gerber, it's a 7. Where all the
that's rare. That's really rare. Then if it's on the So yeah.
Oh, I got this yesterday.
Can't go wrong with Venom, man.
No, Black Suit
Spider-Man. Yeah, I just read that.
And Ollie's, I thought it was Venom too, and then when I saw it was Black Suit, I'm like, okay, I want it now.
Yeah,
you don't see that too often.
Nope.
I didn't like that when it came out. I thought, this is a trend. I want my regular Spider-Man bag, and now I'm just starting to like it. Now,
yeah, those Popeyes, man, are some of the most undervalued golden age books that's out there. A lot of people just kind of walk right by.
So, like we were talking, expense for collecting Golden Age. If you really search eBay, you'll find these pop up for very inexpensive all the time. You just gotta be looking because they get snatched up quick.
Yeah, very quick. Yeah,
under $50, you got to steal on a book under at least number 30.
Yeah, I got a deal on. I got King Features 5, which is one of those really hard books to find. It was a 5.0. Now it's like 5.0 for a book that's from 1936 is that's like having an 8. So that's the other thing too, is that a lot of these Golden Age books, and we talked about this earlier. One of the books you've got over there with the cover off, it's nothing to find a Golden Age book with the cover detached. And I always say, you find those kind of books if the covers of looks good, even if it's attached, that's no problem at all, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people look past the things that if you're looking for a modern book,
let me show you.
You would completely go past it. But with Golden Age books, a roughed up Golden Age book is not a bad thing.
If everybody watching, if you go on Instagram, this thing I got it cheap because it had a big spine roll, and I took it out in an hour. I had the spine roll out. Look, it looks beautiful.
Yeah. So do you press and clean your own books?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So look at that.
You can see, go on Instagram and just see how bad it was. But other than that, it didn't have anything wrong with it.
Yeah, that's
what I look for. Yeah.
That's easy 4 or 5 right there. Yeah. All day.
This was altogether $43. Now I've been looking for this book for about 2 years. I mean, there are copies, but I didn't want to pay over 50.
Yeah.
So I wait and I wait.
And that's another thing too. Tiger, is that you've got to exercise a lot of patience, and I've learned that you and it comes in cycles. So you might have just got one of those books, and then you'll go to a show or you'll go somewhere, you'll see seven of them, and they'll still be like 30 or 40 bucks, and I just grab them books like that every time I see them. I've got like two or three dog face duels. I bought one and then turned around and saw two or three,
Yep.
of them, and I was like, okay, well, cool. And when you find, yeah, there you go. Yep, that's one of the hallmarks of collecting with Golden Age, because a lot of those books, they're like, when we talk about census numbers, so we'll look at modern age books where there are like a certain issue and it's like 2,500 that's graded, or 3,000 or 4,000 that's actually graded. But then you go look up a book like Barbie Riders there, and it's like maybe 15 15 total. Or
Yeah.
you go look up in, like I said, the Gerber index, and it's like a 6, 7, 8, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, I'll take two of these for 20 or 30 bucks and tuck them away.
I was actually talking with a lady. I didn't get her name. She was like probably in her 70s at the post office. So we just started talking in line, and we started talking about our passions, our collections. And you were talking about patience. Yeah, you gotta try to exercise it, but there are those moments where you revenge bid, or you're so excited, you see the price, you don't read the description. So it happens to all of us, but this is the thing about collecting, is you're always picking up knowledge.
Yeah.
Like this. So I'm not a stupid guy. If I find these, every time I see one listed and it's for 100, I snatch it. Then what happens when I want to sell one, I can set the price, because Golden Age, like books like this, they're almost one of a kind.
I want people to hear what he just said. I want you to say that one more time. You can do what? What can you do, Tiger? You can do what? You can
I could
set
set the price
the
on
price.
this book if I keep finding them before everyone else at a cheap price.
Yeah.
Keep them off the market.
Yep.
Then a book like this, I've never seen this until I found this other one in September. I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah,
And
and see a lot of those books, man. Like I got a book. It's actually sitting at CGC right now. I've got a book that I bought at a show, and when I went and looked, it was only like 2 or 3 on eBay, and they were like astronomical. And then I went to go see what the census count was, and it was like maybe 12, but the book was in like immaculate condition. And
keep talking. I got to show you something.
yeah, so I was just like, okay, well, I'll pick this up. And when you find those kind of books, man, it's like you have I heard somebody recently say this, and this is the best way I heard it. You have to buy this stuff at yesterday's price today. So how we look at, like, you think about some of these books that if you were collecting back in the 90s, you probably pay 20, 30, 40, 20, 15. And I'm talking like, we talking your Masks and your LB Coles.
Right.
Think about all those guys who paid 20 or 30 dollars for that book back then, and now look at what those books go for.
Well, let me show you. I actually have a few LB Coles that both of them I found for $10 a piece. And that's what I'm just saying, is there are people that are not comic book sellers. They're just flea market dealers. And when they see a comic, to them is a comic book. This one was $10. Or no, actually, I think this one was $3.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you see Santa Claus and Golden Age, it's a pickup. It's an automatic pickup.
That's an LB Cole.
And I would have never known that to be an LB Cole.
This one was $10.
Wow.
It's all about, like I said, I'm constantly researching and searching.
Yeah, I picked this up for $70.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a good pickup.
I was like,
that
bro,
usually goes 70 low grade unslabbed.
Yeah, that's what I was like, bro, that just saved me on getting it slabbed. I don't have to worry about getting
that's one that, like I say, I'm waiting and waiting and waiting.
And you can find something like this for under 300.
I'm glad you showed that. I wanted to show mine.
Yep.
So we could be twinsies.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We collect alike.
Yeah. Yep. Good old war covers, man. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You see
So let me
war bonds, pick them up.
Okay, so let me educate you because I educated myself. I found this. I don't know how much I paid for this book. Probably nothing. I was picking up Christmas covers the last few years. Now they're expensive, but the last few years you could find all kinds of stuff for 10,
Yep.
15. Now it's 50, 70, 100. So this is a second print of this book. This is from 1958. There is a third print. They changed the title, it has the same picture and the blue background. The first print has a black background. So I went on eBay looking for Christmas covers a couple days ago, found the first print in really nice shape for $12. But there was another listing. I didn't buy it right away, but then I saw another listing for 50, another one for 100. I said, okay, let me go get that $12 book.
Yeah. We have quickly. Let me go quickly go grab that. Yeah.
There's a lot of Christmas one shots in the 50s that they have three prints. They do the same thing. They print the second issue exactly the same, but a different cover. And then the third issue is usually printed exactly like the first issue.
Yep.
And
Yep.
just I go to a comic book grand database for information. Mostly that's where I go. I
Yep.
use the Key Collector for a guide. It's not absolute. It's just a guide.
Yep.
But it's a quick guide that you can get like that. So that's what I like about it.
Yeah. I use a little bit of everything. And that's like you said, you have to once you figure it out, you know, it's life is a little bit easier. You know, I just recently got my 2 copies of the Gerber Guide just came in.
Oh yeah.
I got
be careful.
somebody sold it to me as a set. That was the best part about it. I got both of them for under $60. So I was like, thank God, you know.
Be careful. That's like the Sears catalog of
Yeah, I know.
comic book shopping.
Yeah, it's just like he is not exaggerating. If you sit and look at that too long, you'll start going to try to find covers. You're gonna start trying
You
to
go to
find them.
eBay. Can I find this? Can I find
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. But if you can find one, you know, have fun. But they're out there, but you have to kind of navigate the expensiveness. Now that everybody knows about them. But
I got lucky. I went and searched and found mine on a used bookstore website for like $10. The shipping was actually more than the book.
that's crazy.
The first 2 volumes. I got the Marvels and I never look at them.
Yeah.
Never look. I think I pull them out every now and just because I feel sorry for the books.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, guys. I'll take you out. Let's go for a drive, you know, put them back in.
Yeah.
Speaking of scarce, so scarcity, I'm going to do a video soon on rarity versus scarcity because people mix them up.
Yeah, get them confused. Yeah.
Most comic books are not rare.
No.
Now, if you have a promotional comic book, say from the 1940s, 30s, even the 70s, and only 10 were printed, that's a rare book.
Yeah.
Can you find it? Because there weren't that many of them. So a scarce book means there's quite a few of them, but you can't find them.
Yeah.
For some reason. There could be who knows how many, but you can't find them, so they're pretty scarce. But anyways, I say this is a pretty scarce book.
Yeah. When I saw Zoot, I saw you show that on your show. When I saw Zoot, I was like, yeah, that's a scarce book. You don't see that every day. Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't want to pay what I paid for it, but I'm like, this book is a book that I could probably double my money on.
Yeah. And see, Tiger, you know, you said something there. A lot of times with these golden age books, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of times you have to get them when you see them, and you have to make a decision. You have to go, okay, am I willing? You know, but like you just said, you these books you will probably, and it's not guaranteed. We're not guaranteeing anything here, but you will more than likely probably double your price on what you paid on a golden age book over time. Those books, I have seen books that I've charted all the way back 20 years that people bought for $20, and now those same books are selling for $500, $600, $700. You know, it's like you said, it's not, the books may not be rare, but if the book only comes up for sale 3 times in 15 years, then that's qualifies as scarce.
Yep.
You know, so yeah. Cowpuncher, that's another good one. You know, you're out and about.
I forget you guys can see everything down there before I show it.
Yeah.
This was, I think
that's a good girl cover too.
$79 or something.
This
is one of the issues that rarely you see for sale, and if you do, it's like a lot of money.
Cowpuncher goes for a lot of money, period. So I can only imagine what the scarce ones go for.
Yeah, so
Because
that's
see, it's hard because people are trying to collect runs too, and so a lot of times people are trying to collect those runs, and so people need these kind of like issues, and so people are willing to pay to complete those runs.
what I have to say. Excuse me. It's for me, but this is how I collect. I try to be responsible. Like, do I feel like that's a comfortable price for that book? If it's too much, I've turned down books for $5.
Yeah,
Like
I agree. Yeah,
because we haggle, and I get to a point I'm like, I feel comfortable here. Once I go any more than that, I'm not feeling comfortable. Why do I want the book? Then I have to
yeah,
make that assertion of why is it that I want this? Do I need it? How scarce is it? And if it's a book that you can pick up relatively easy, maybe wait a month or two and find a better deal, I don't think you're going to pay that extra $5.
yeah.
Especially if the grade's not there. Yeah, show that.
And me and you both have got. I said, me and you both think alike. Because I saw this on your show, and I was like, it was funny because I just picked this up. Yeah, and these are this is a classic example of books that it's not rare. You don't see them out all the time. So when you see these, you go ahead and grab them, especially if you, like you said, get them at a good price.
Yeah,
which is what I was able to do here.
Yeah, I think you got a better deal than me. I paid $1.99.
I got you by $1.
Yours is slab.
That's no difference. I got it slab. Yeah.
But the thing with this book was, I don't know what happened. I cleaned the cover. I took it off and soaked it, and somehow the spine split on it.
You probably stick it at two or three on that, depending on how they feel.
It looks a lot cleaner than it did.
It looks good, man. It looks real good. Yeah. Yeah, and you find certain books at a good price, man. You go for it, man. Especially like you said, if you feel comfortable getting it. And that's another thing too, is I'm the type of person that, I'll drop heavy on a book depending on what it is. Like anybody knows, I bought Brainiac a while back and I paid a nice penny for it.
That's one of those Silver Age books that's scarce.
Yeah.
One of those rare keys that's really scarce.
Yep. And I've seen the only other Brainiac before. I've actually seen three. I saw one at my LCS. It sold. And then I saw the one I bought. And then recently I was at a show and I wanted to buy another copy. The lady wanted to sell it for like $800. And I thought about buying it, but I ended up buying some Golden Age stuff instead. And so once again, if I could find Golden Age in bulk, I'm going Golden Age in bulk all day. So I'll tell you, this is one of the tricks. I can find, I was talking to Al, which is one of the panelists on the Comment Hall crew. And we were talking about modern books. And you're seeing these modern books, people are paying, people collect how they want to collect, but I'm just saying, people spending $1,700, $1,800, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and I told him, I said, man, there's some books I can find some really good covers for $1,400, $1,500, $1,800 in Golden Age, man, that'll probably triple in the next couple of years, So
I just like to interview someone that pays that price and just ask them what's the mindset here.
Yeah, I just recently bought some slabs, man, and they were like 8s and 7s, and I'm paying $40, $50, $60, and I showed out. He was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, $40, $50, $60, man. That's how I roll." It's hard for me to drop $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on a modern book. It's just really hard for me to do that.
Even a Golden Age, if I pay more than like $250, I feel like a dirty whore for about a couple of days.
Yeah. So certain books I'm heavy on. Like there are certain books that if I ever came across, I'm prepared to buy. One is All Negro Comics.
I wouldn't hesitate.
Yeah, I regret. I actually saw years ago, back in 16, 17, there was a guy that had one on eBay. He wanted like $6,000 for it.
I was going to say, I would take a credit card.
Yeah, I
would pay $1,000 every day.
And if I didn't know about the PayPal plan deal back then, and I was like, crap, I could have got that, And
I've probably been like $18,000 book.
Yeah,
book right now.
Mask is another one.
I think the All Negro trumps the Mask as
Yeah,
far as scarcity. That
yes. It's just that's a tough book.
and its place in history too.
Yeah, yeah, yep. I'll show you another one, man. I showed this to the good brother who that. I've got this recently. This is Golden Legacy Illustrated History Magazine, Black Cowboys. Now the deal with this is that Fitzgerald, the one you want to look for is make sure it's Fitzgerald Publications in 1972. That's the actual first print. There's a lot of reprints of this that came out in like 2000. But there's only a handful of these.
That's a comic book.
Yeah, it's a comic book. Yeah, comic book about black cowboys.
Who's the publisher?
Fitzgerald Public
Oh,
periodical.
that's right. Yeah. Okay.
And so there's only a few of
I've
these.
never even heard of that.
Yeah, this is the highest graded one. I paid like $100 for this, and I was like, yeah, $100 9.6 for like it's only a handful out there. Yeah, that's a win all day, you know. And so I picked this up, but this is a classic example of when you talk about scarce. You can find a lot of the reprints, but finding the actual first print is the trick, and it'll go past a lot of people. So if you see stuff like this out, always check on the prints and check your senses and see what the numbers are.
Not only that book is so unknown that you could find that at a flea market by accident.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there are tons sitting out in long short boxes and long boxes, you know, out there, you know, and so Cap, this is the man, yeah. And that book right there, you know, I saw that book, man. Probably I was actually bidding on that book, and I lost out. You might have bought it.
This was a purchase.
Okay,
buy it now.
Okay, yeah. That is a buy it now book. That book I lost out on it by $10.
I got it in March.
Yeah,
I paid $154 with tax and shipping.
That book is one of the hard. You talk about scarce. That is a scarce issue because it does not come up for sale too often.
I didn't even know about it until the Jitterbug showed it.
Yeah,
and I was looking for it.
Old Steamboat. Yep.
And they had 150, and I offered them 120, and they took it like right away. I'm like,
I think there's only 33 of those on the census or something along that line, if I'm not mistaken. If I can remember correctly, I think it's under 40. I know that.
So speaking of cheap collecting, I got this on my comic shop for how much you think I paid for that?
I'm gonna go. You paid $55.
I paid 30.
Unbelievable.
34 with shipping.
Unbelievable.
I know, that's what I'm saying. If you're into if you're into silver, bronze, golden, go to my comic shop, go to new listings every day, scroll down, see what you can find because they have a lot of good deals there.
I think I paid just a slightly over 100, and it was slabbed.
Nice.
A lot of times I buy stuff if it's slabbed and it's a good price.
If it's a raw price,
because you don't have to pay that CGC tax. You know, this is another one that's a low count on the census. It's Frankie, number 9. Yeah, yep. I actually had that in my car.
Let me see that, Frankie. I think I have that one.
Yeah, this one.
No, I don't. You have one that you showed. I think it was Rusty.
Yeah, I've got it Rusty a while back. Yeah.
No, there was another one you showed. I had the exact same. I forget. She's standing, and the guys are on the beach or something, looking at her. And
oh yeah, that's in my other box in the back there. Yeah.
So another book that I try to keep off the market.
Was it this one? Lucy? Was it Lucy?
No, I don't have any Lucy's, unfortunately.
Animal. Yep.
War stamp, man. I'm constantly searching for these war stamp covers, or the presidential letter. Yeah.
I saw recently Walt Disney books. I should have got me one of those. One of the patriotic flag.
I have the Looney Tunes ones. You have this is a really good story.
Absolutely, man. That was actually, when I got back into collecting, that was actually the third book I got. And how much you think I paid for it? This is back in like 15. How much you think I paid for that book?
15 years ago or
Yeah. No, this is back in
2015?
2015.
I'm gonna say less than 20.
Yep. Yep. And
Well,
I
I
was
know it
just,
had to be
yeah.
low.
Yeah, it was low. I couldn't believe when I look back in retrospect, I couldn't believe I paid that for that book. And it was
This,
I got it graded. I think it came back at like a 5 or 6. If
yeah,
I can remember.
this was that one listing that was hidden among all of them because this was cheap and it's a high grade copy, 65 shipped.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting this for years, but they always want like 130 or more.
Yeah. It's
for
usually it
the-
usually goes depending on where you go. It can go for about I've seen it go for 250.
Yeah, I was
Uh
being lenient, but let me show you. I mean, most of the time when you're getting those $100 or less, they're like really low grade. But this one is. And I
yeah,
didn't want I didn't want the reprint. The one of them
clean.
has 7. Yeah.
I've got a this is one that a lot of people like when I show this one. This is some good Jack Kamen. This is a Dagar with the
Oh
Devil Heart.
yeah. I don't have any
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah, this is actually one of the Sodi books too, which is also another thing I've been trying to collect. I'm not shout out to the comic collector geek. I'm not on his level, so it's hard to find for me to run down all the Sodis. But yeah, I've got a few of these, and when I got it, I bought it for the cover, not realizing it was in Sodi. And I was like, oh, okay, it was a Sodi. And I look at it now, I'm looking at it here like, man, I could probably get this clean and probably bring this up to about at least a 5.
Make you a couple $100 more.
Yep. But I got
Alan's cool. I love Alan.
Yep. Yeah, I've got.
He's just came out of nowhere. This guy, he's comes out of nowhere. He's funny. He's a wild collector. I mean, he's just got.
Yeah, me and him. Now you talk about like if I had a doppelganger, it would probably be Alan because me and him have almost literally the same collection, and it's funny, man. Like we'll message each other and send each other books and stuff, and he'll be like, "Oh, I was just getting ready to send you that," or I was just looking for that,"
So I just sent him a whole box of Archies, a whole first class box or priority box, because I was gonna sell them. I listed the keys for sale, and when I got COVID, I don't know what happened. It like messed me up, and I didn't want to do anything with comics. I wanted to sell them all.
Oh man!
So I started listing sales and stuff, and so I did the Archie one, and he contacted me, said he was interested, but I didn't get around to it because as a truck driver, and I didn't have time. So I said I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. Finally, I realized like I don't want to do this. I don't want to sell these. So I kept some of the big keys and I sent him all like probably 60 comics or maybe 50 or something and they had the double entendre covers in there, and they were all the bikini covers and all the Christmas covers from like the 80s to the 90s. Yeah, that's a nice goal.
Yeah, LB Cody. I got this one. I got that from a show recently from one of my good buddies.
I like how he did that with a few he made the faces really orange.
Yeah,
I like it. It's like an Andy Warhol kind of.
And then this is one of my favorite.
Favorite. Infinity cover.
30 covers from back then. Yeah, but I got this. I think I paid $75 for it, and I was just like, wow, an Infinity cover. Wiz Comics, because Wiz, a lot of people don't know Wiz is a little bit more expensive than Captain Marvel,
right?
And so you find Wiz Comics for a good price. You don't even hesitate.
I think I have a Master Comics where he's standing at the newsstand and has all the Fawcett comics there, and the one that he's holding is the one that he's on the cover.
Yeah. This is another one. A lot of people go past these.
Hold on. How about some Wiz?
Oh yeah. Can't go wrong with Wiz, man. That's number 8, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Cannot go wrong with that.
My comic shop listed.
That is
that's what I call number 7
special there.
They listed number 7, number 8, number 10, 11, and some other ones, and so I grabbed those and 21, all of them right away, and they were like only 150 to 200 each.
Yeah. I mean, it's highway robbery when it comes to Captain Marvel.
Well, someone had already grabbed number 3, 4, 5, 6 before me.
Yeah, and I tell you, man, you can go looking long bins. It's crazy. You go looking long bins and you can just find those. That right there is what I call a jitterbug special. I'm not sure if Jerry's will be watching this or not, but
Oh no, I actually gave him number 7 as payment for restore or
yeah.
conserving my comic.
And for those who don't know, this is well, I'll plug him right quick. For those who don't know, you just go sit down and watch Jerry go through and clean and restore some of these books, man. It is quite the art. You know, I don't know if he was
So
an art curator in his former life or what he did, but my word, I mean, he can really bring some books back to life.
if you want to make money, so the person that bought 3, 4, 5, and 6, they just turned around and reconsigned them to my comic shop at double and triple the price.
Wow. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I
I
see that
didn't
a
see it.
lot,
Yeah,
and more
yeah.
power to them. There was
This
actually all the war covers for Master Comics that someone got them before I could get there.
now this is one that this is a one that you might want to be on the lookout for. You
Yeah,
don't
I've
see it
seen
too
that.
often. This is actually Matt Baker.
Oh,
A
is it?
lot-
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually Matt
I
Baker.
didn't know that. I
Yeah,
did see
yeah,
that title before.
yeah.
Can
Matt,
we
Matt
get
Baker.
can we get a closer look at that, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's make sure my camera focuses here a little bit. There you go.
Nice. And that's number what?
This is number 4. Number 4.
So be on the lookout for number 4. Okay, so here we go. Golden Age Battle.
Oh, Black Hood, man. You can't go wrong with the Black Hood.
Not when you find it for $60 on
Yeah.
eBay.
Nope. Can't go wrong with
This is a
Black Hood.
$400 book right here,
Yeah.
especially in this condition.
Black Hood, Black Terror. I think I got a Black Terror sitting here somewhere.
This is from 1944. No, is it 1944?
I've got some cross-dressing Bugs Bunny. I saw this was like, oh yeah, I gotta buy that just because back then that was crazy. You see that cross-dressing Bugs Bunny.
We got some Johnny Craig. Is this? No, Graham. Is it Graham Ingle? I think it's Graham Ingle.
That's a beautiful cover, man.
Oh, I've been after this for a long time.
That is a beautiful cover, man. Wow.
And a seller had this and the Western Crime Busters, high grade, both of them $50.
Then I've got this. I've got to actually get this pressed, but this is another Wiz Comics. This is one of the ones this is a popular one. I think it's just because of.
Oh yeah. He's holding the world on their shoulders. What number is that?
148.
Yeah, I don't see that one too often.
Yeah, that's I got that one at a store.
How much you think I paid for this?
Erie, I'm gonna say on that. I'm gonna say it's less than 100.
Yeah, it is less than 100.
Yeah, less than 100. I'd say probably about 75.
$20.
$20 freaking dollars, man.
This is from a local shop about 6 years ago.
Yeah, and they because see, and I know, and I tell you how I know you tell the truth because I know that a lot of these stores they don't know this stuff and they'll just see it and they'll go, oh, this is an old book, and they'll just
No, this guy knows his stuff.
Okay,
but
I know some of the ones I go to, man. You can find them. You can find like that's one of the first things I'll do is I'll walk in and go straight to the Golden Age section because I know a lot, at least up here where I am, a lot of places they just throw them in the box and that's it.
Right. He had like a small shop and the boxes were all around you, and then he had like long tables folding in the middle, and you would have gamers in, but we'd always go and sit and just talk and life, politics, everything.
Yeah.
He ended up passing away from COVID, and he was much younger than me.
Oh man.
Yeah, it sucked.
This is haphazard. This is a tough one to find. This is a tough one in the Gerber. And I've only seen this one time, and it was on CBSI, and I saw it out in the wild and was like, oh, okay, well, we'll take that.
Can you hold it up to the camera more?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's like a shadow coming from one corner of the opposite of your mic. Yeah, right there.
Is that better? I think I might be right there.
Hold your book up. I'll tell you. Yeah. Flip it back just a little. Tilt it. No, like this.
This way.
There you go. Yeah, like that. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Who's the cover artist?
I think it's Bob. No, this is it says Singer. It says
Okay.
Singer. Yeah, I was gonna say Bob Lovers, but it's not Bob Lovers. Looks kind of like Bob Lovers a little bit.
That's another one of those books. It's just not enough known about it. You can grab it
Yeah,
if you look hard enough.
yeah, and that's why I tell people a lot of times. You have to look. Got this recently for like $5.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I couldn't believe I got that for $5.
EC.
Yeah, Tip Top. That's another one. Yeah, Tip Top. Those Tip Top books can go for a piece of change, and that's an early one too. And that's
This was
P100,
$26 off my comic shop.
right?
It's
Unbelievable.
it's missing the back cover.
That and ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, a lot of times you can find some deals. See, people have to look at it. It's the way I look at Golden Age Tiger. Is a cover could be I mean, the back page could be missing. Covers looks good. That's all that matters to me. Is the cover there? Yeah. Okay. Well, we're
The
good.
cover looks even better when you say it's from 1939.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's a gorgeous book, man. Yeah, I've got one right here. As a matter of fact, I've got a. If I can find it. Let's see, where is that here? Right here. This is one I've got with the back cover missing.
Oh, nice. I don't have any of those.
Yeah. Store owner was like, "Oh yeah, it's
Is that a Canadian? Who's the publisher? Is that Superior?
Superior." Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I mean, they got her right in the front.
Right in the frame. Yeah.
Tape that to the front of your car, and if your headlight goes out.
Then I bought this low grade. A lot of times, low grade is better than no grade.
Yeah, I don't know much about that. I almost gave one away by accident.
Oh yeah, man. This is a classic Wally Wood here, man. You don't want to give away. You don't want to give away Wally Wood.
But this is Jack Davis, and I was like,
Okay.
I don't know this era with the. I have a thing against the comic code on Golden Age books.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I think that's probably 50. That might be like 50. See, 54. Probably like 57.
But you guys in the community started showing these a lot, and I'm like, okay, well, let me go back and look at mine.
Yeah, no, don't throw these away, man. The science fiction.
No, I wasn't going to throw it away. I was just going to put it in the price pack. I still might.
Yeah.
What about Bozo? Bozo the robot.
Yeah. Bozo the robot, man. Yep. And you've got who's all that? I'm looking at the three.
The Ray.
Yeah. And
Black Condor ended up coming in.
Yeah.
When the Midnight was a replacement for the Spirit because Will Eisner had joined the Army.
Yeah.
And so then he started doing work for the Army.
I've actually got
the Army got more notoriety as an artist because he was doing so much.
Yeah. I've actually got a Spirit coming in the actually should be in the mail.
Well, Jerry Iger said when he got back, because they were partners and they broke partnership when he left. And he said I couldn't afford him anymore when he came back.
Yeah.
He was just too popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go and get the Blackthorn 1990, I forget what year it is, but it's the Sheena 3D issue.
Yeah.
Jerry Iger tells about the creation of her in the front and back cover.
You said the Sheena. Are you talking the one with Dave Stevens did the cover?
He may have. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think that's the one that Dave Stevens did.
Sheena 3D.
Yeah, that's Dave Stevens. Yeah. As a matter of fact, they actually just did a. Somebody told me last night that they actually did a documentary on Amazon, which I'm gonna watch today. They said it's $5. You pay $5 for it or whatever, but they did a documentary on Dave Stevens. So,
but there's the history of Sheena in the cover, front and back, and it's really good.
Nice.
And her actual name is called from a Sheenie, which was a derogatory name for a young single Jewish woman.
Wow.
So he always told him, don't ever tell anybody where that name come from.
Wow. How? Because I was, it's funny because I wondered how did she get the name Sheena, and I just never thought. And I've got the books in down the hall. I never thought.
He approached Will Eisner and said, I want you to do a ripoff of Tarzan because he's popular. I want a character that's just like him. And Will told Iger, he's like, I don't do ripoffs. I do original characters. So they brainstormed, and he said, well, how about a female Tarzan? That hasn't been done yet. And he said, oh, that's a good idea. So her first appearance is in a tabloid size comic called Rags. It was put out in Europe, and then when they brought it to the States in jumbo, they reprinted like the first few issues from that rags, and then they started doing original stories. That's all in that comic book.
You talk about Sheena, there she is right there. Oh,
Oh,
Sheena.
nice. Go ahead. Go ahead. I got it. I think I have one over here somewhere.
Yeah, I've been on a tear getting these. I buy these all the time, man, because a lot of times that you can find good deals on these,
I don't have no
especially if
Sheena
you're
on my
patient.
wall. What is wrong with me?
Yeah, shame on you.
I know. I have other Jungle books, but not the Sheena. So, anyways, here's a wow.
Yeah, Wow Comics, man. I've got a Wow sitting at grading right now, man. I've got the one with Mary Marvel where she's going up in the air. It's like 38 or something. It's a really sought after cover, and I didn't know it. And this is a classic example of what you were talking about. Finding deals. I paid $30 for that book. So I'll tell you the story. So when I got the book, I said, "Oh, this is a great cover," and I went up to the cash register, and I said, "Okay." The owner looked at me, and I looked. It was like a stare down, Tiger. We looked at each other. He looked at me. I looked at him. He looked back at me again. He looked at the book, and then he said,
And you're thinking, don't do it. Don't
yeah, I was just
do
like,
it.
oh, here it come. Like, here it come. Here it come. And he rung it up for like $35. And I was like, I had to keep my composure. I was like, thank God I got this book.
You ran out of the store.
Yeah.
I've had that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's one of the most sought after Mary
Was the
Marvel.
one where she's sitting on the rock?
No, as a matter of fact, while you show that, I'll pull up. I'm gonna pull it up here.
I mean, I got tons of Mary Marvel. I'm trying to get all the Wild comics with her on. I got a lot of them.
Those are some of my favorite covers too, man.
This one's pretty hard to get. I think I seen it one more time for sale after I bought this one back in.
Here it is. I'm gonna share my screen here and show it to you. And keep that up there too. Yeah, this is it right here.
Oh yeah. That's who is that? Is that Macro Boy?
I'm not sure because I don't see that when it didn't have it was kind of in a little bit of brittle shape, so I didn't want to take it out, but I wonder who did the artwork on that as well. Let me see.
Oh, yeah, let's find out. And I have a Macro Boy.
Jack Bender, yeah, Jack Bender, he did it. Jack Bender
wow.
did it. Yeah,
that looks some of his best work.
Yeah, that's one of the most sought after covers, man. And I was lucky enough to get it for like $35.
Wow.
So it's at grading right now. So hopefully I've got that sitting there with a couple of Sensation comics that I got recently.
I have one here that
I love that cover you showed too, by the way. That the one that you just had in your hand.
The robot.
Yeah. I love that.
But I got me one here that I bought a while back. It's a Macro Boy, and I thought I pulled it out. When I seen it, I'm like, it was worth it was $100, and I have a cover I've never seen before. I don't know what I did with it. Huh. I just got that one in.
Nice. Yeah. That's some good stuff, man.
I'm trying to knock them out. Here's one that's pretty tough to get.
Yeah, you don't see stuff like that all the time. Yeah, you don't see that. Yeah, like I don't know why it's hard to find stuff like that, man, without going to the show.
Right, yeah. eBay's been good to me. I've found a lot of good stuff.
Likewise. You have to really sit down and put in work, and you'll find stuff.
I thought I pulled this book out, but I guess I didn't. But here's some other stuff. This was an eBay purchase. eBay purchase for $20.
Yeah, Boy Commandos, man. That's another one.
Space cover.
Yeah, that's easily $200, $300, $400 book. Easily.
Joe Simon, Jack Kirby.
Yeah. Black. It's black. You got robots. You got everything going for you on that one.
I'm trying to collect 1 through 20.
I love tank covers.
1 through 27 is the war books with the American boy or the Young Rangers, Junior Rangers.
Yeah, that's tight, man. I like tank covers. That's actually one of my things I like. A lot of people don't know that about me, but yeah, I love tank covers.
So from 27 to 30 is, well, 27 starts Simon and Kirby Crime Issues, and
Yeah,
they do their best Good Girl covers from 27 to 30. I think 27 to 20. No, I don't remember the numbers. There's like 4 covers they do.
this is a early. This is actually a Canadian edition
Oh
of
yeah.
Marvel Crime Fighters #1. So when you see Canadian or foreign variants, Golden Age, it's really, you just came back from Sweden, so you got some gold over there as well. And speaking of
My Crime Fighters on my wall, but I took it down.
overseas, you'll like this. You'll appreciate this. This is a foreign Flintstones.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I can't remember where this is from though, but it's foreign Flintstone.
I find a lot of those in the dollar book. The
I think
dollar
it's
bins here.
Yugoslavian. It looks like it's Yugoslavian if I could remember correctly. And it's
Yeah,
cool to see foreign variants getting love, man. I mean, yeah, look at that, man. Look at that.
The Green Spider.
That's crazy. I've got something really cool here too, man.
This was $60 on eBay. I didn't realize how big it was.
This came in yesterday. The some Frazetta.
Oh, nice.
If we can see that.
What is it? What is the title?
It's called Gigant Bro. And I'm,
Oh, okay.
yeah, Yugoslavian.
Yeah.
Y'all let us know what this.
Well,
what this
how
is.
did you find that?
eBay? Just sitting on eBay. Dude had it for like $20.
So what do? You put Frazetta in the search?
Man, I get eBay had it in my based on what you view or whatever, and it was sitting down there. And I said,
Okay.
I like that cover. That's tight too, man. Patriotic cover. And guess what? Now I'm gonna give y'all. I actually know the grandson of the guy who owns that store, Bonnets. It's actually still that store. Yeah, that store is still up, and that's the actual stamp that they actually used back in the 1930s.
Oh, they're still using it?
Yeah. Yep. Big shot. Yep. I just got one of those coming. And that's a Hitler cover too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
I got 3 of the Hitler covers so far.
Yeah.
Off eBay for less than 100 each.
Yeah, I mean, the deals are out there. You just have to be patient, take your time, and it's fun, man. It's really fun. I can honestly say, I transitioned heavy in the golden age, Tiger, about 6 months ago, and this has been the funnest collecting I've had in a while.
Wow, only 6 months?
Only 6 months ago, man.
I wouldn't even know that. It'd be like, I thought you were in it for years.
No, 6 months ago, man.
Some of those books you're getting, the deals. You're my hero. Yeah.
Hey, when I go to comic book shows, it's funny, man, because I go to comic book shows and the guys will tell you, I go to comic book shows and that's right there what I go for, that kind of stuff right there. Yep. Yep. And that's a sought after cover as well. That's a very sought after cover.
This was $60.
$60 for a book that I know for a fact I've seen.
It's because I have people. This guy was in California that I know. He's like, I'm at a store. They got Wiz Comics. And I said, put me on video.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
So do you follow Joe Black, Silver, and Bronze?
I will now.
Yeah. So the story was, so we've been friends. We met on YouTube, and we've been talking. He lived in Hawaii. He moved. He actually came here because he's a teacher, retired of Navy, looking for a job. So we met up here in Florida, hung out, and so he was moving to Tennessee, and he had to get his car, picked it up, drove all the way. So he stopped at that shop. I got a bunch of other goodies. He owed me some money from a book that I sold him, a Phantom book. So I'm talking to him on the phone, and I'm like, "Where you at?" And I'm like, I'm here at this mile." He's like, "I'm at Mile Mark," and I'm like, he's like, "I'm an hour from St. Louis or Little Rock." I'm like, "So am I." So I'm like, "Dude, you're only 3 miles behind me," and it was the weirdest thing. So he pulled over, and I was like, "Oh, you got the comics?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I got that, and then he had a bunch more. I said, "Well, you owe me money. How about this one and that one?" He gave me a bunch of cool ones that he just bought from that shop.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah, it was a really good story. I couldn't believe it.
It's called fate, man. It's called.
He was just right behind me.
I've got a. You were asking about it earlier. Here it is. This is the.
I'm
I
gonna grab
just
a box.
had it. Here you go. You were asking about it.
Ah, here's the stuff I grabbed.
I just had it. You were just talking about it. Where is she at? There she go. You were just talking about her earlier. There she go.
Oh yeah.
Jane Arden.
See, I got one for 20 also, but it's not as nice as that one.
I think this. I think I got this for like 40.
Oh, okay.
40, and I was like, wow, 40 for Jane Arden. I didn't waste any time. I was like, yeah, let me grab
I
that.
found one for 20, but it's got that vertical rip through the center,
Yeah.
from the kids folding it up, putting in their pocket. That has $20. This is a really nice copy.
That is very
This
nice.
is a hard book to get.
That's Fawcett to Captain Midnight. Yeah.
Yeah, and when this
Yep.
came up on eBay, I was like, $100. This is a
All
book
day.
I can sell for $300 in this
Yeah.
condition, easy.
Yeah.
It's a Macro Boy cover.
Have you pressed and cleaned that? Or you?
No, I haven't
Yeah.
done nothing to it.
Yeah, that looks really good, man.
It's not worth jeopardizing because it's
Yeah.
in great shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was another $100 book.
Oh man, Blue Beetle, man. Blue Beetle are expensive. Those books are expensive. Yeah.
This is a restored copy, and you can't tell.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what? You. I was getting ready to go to talk about that because I've got a book right here. That's
They
supposed to be
painted this,
restored.
but they painted it so good you can't even tell until you get really close to the book. Right here on the cover over here, and along the spine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that restored books, man. Golden Age, they don't bother me one bit, man, because these books are so rough hard to find. Yeah, all the pages look good. I can only imagine how good that smells. I know that sounds crazy to some folks, but
Dynamo.
yeah, man, that's the good stuff there, man. Yeah, you find these like this Margie here. These are tough to come by.
That's what it is. I think it's the Margie, another one that you showed that I have.
You know what? It might be. I've got a few of these.
It's bugging me now.
No, it's not this one. I don't think, but
no, it's not that one. I forget which one it is.
Here you go. Is this the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I got that one. I like that one.
Yeah, this is just actually a tough one to come by.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's actually a tough one to come by. You don't see this one out too often. I saw this one on Black Friday. The guy had a sale on it. I think I paid maybe $50 for it.
Yeah,
something along that line.
Much nicer than mine.
It was in good condition. I was like, "Yep, we'll take that. We'll take it. We'll take it."
That's the book you show someone and go, "What'd you pay for it?" You said
$50.
So you could show someone and go, "Here, $80."
Yeah, this is my third copy of this. I see this every once in a while too. This is Maurice Whitman, Jungle Comics 145. This one can go for about 150 to 200, depending on where you look.
Oh, but collectors are always looking for higher grades. So whenever they find the higher grades, they pay money.
Yep.
There's a lot of people, I believe, trying to probably complete that run.
Yep. Captain Marvel.
This is a Macro Boy cover also.
Nice.
See the shadow of the guy with the gun on the
chimney. The gun, on the side there. Yeah.
And I mean, Captain Marvel Jr., he's like so powerful, but he has to hide.
Yeah.
That
is a clean cover.
Can't rush. Yeah, it's a really nice copy. This is another one that's the harder to find.
Yeah,
who knows why?
I've got this beauty a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Ace Comics 50, and it's really high grade. Really, really high grade.
Though that's another one. If you're getting into Golden Age, I recommend looking for those. You can find early issues for like $40.
Yeah, Ace Comics are so cheap, man.
Okay, well, let me show you mine since you showed me yours. I'm just gonna grab these all right here because it's almost. My wife's waiting for me. She wants to go to town. She got rabbits. And now they're in the house, and she realizes that they're smelling. So she's got she's a handy woman. She's a carpenter, so she's gonna build them a
nice
thing for outside. These are the ones I'm trying to get. I sold one during my COVID haze to Joe. the last issue in the run. I
That
sold
is
him.
nice, man.
That's the one he owed me money for, but this is the second last issue. Extremely. The print run on these was like, it's the last 8 issues, I think, that are Phantom covers.
Yeah.
Someone showed, G-Man showed this, and then I found it on eBay for 30.
Nice.
And a
That
really
is
nice
nice,
copy,
man.
too.
Yeah, that is nice, man.
No, I'm sorry, it was 44, but still. I went back. I'm like, this is 44. Let me buy them all. And all the other ones were really high priced. I'm like, okay, I stumbled
Yeah,
onto
that's
a
a
good
nice
buy.
mind cover, man. Yeah.
Some Matt Baker.
Hey, that's my man. Oh man, Matt freaking Baker. That's my man.
This was at eBay. I mean, my comic shop, $60 because it's missing centerfold.
I had to
Yeah.
sit back. I had to sit back. I had to let that one soak in. $60 for Voodoo.
I have to like, so I have to like sit back and I have to like let that
I've
sit in.
never seen this again anywhere for
Yeah,
sale.
50, $60 for Voodoo.
Yeah.
Viewers, go get on eBay and go look how much
This
Voodoo
was a
goes
My
for
Comic
at high
Shop
grade.
purchase right here.
I saw that book. Yeah, that's the first appearance. That's first. It's the second appearance or first appearance.
I don't think it's included as an appearance.
Okay, that's one of the key books. I saw that book. I just saw that book about 6 months ago at a show, and it was $600.
Oh, this was 100 off
Yeah.
My Comic Shop, but it's missing a third of a page.
What's our rule, Tiger? If that cover's there, no. If that cover's there, who cares?
Other than that, it's really, really nice. Just that little page is missing, and that brought the price down drastically.
Yeah.
And then this one, I was happy. This is a nice copy too.
Yeah, that's really tight. I like that. Yeah, I like those covers where they painted them like that.
Right. I'm
Well,
always looking because there's
photogenic.
always, like in a golden age run, there's always the one certain issues that you never see.
Yeah, the ghosts.
And then if they come up, someone doesn't realize that you buy it. Everybody's looking for that one issue.
Yeah, that's like this one here. I got this at a show. Babe, and as soon as I pulled it out, the guy was standing there looking at me, and I looked at him. And he was like, "Yeah, you don't see that one too often." I was like, "Yeah, I know." Like, I see the other ones all the time, but I don't see that. I was like, "Yeah, we'll take that."
Yeah, that's what I do when I'm at a show and I pull out a scarce book. I look around, make sure no one's looking at me.
Yeah, and then it's Brenda Starr.
Oh yeah, I have a couple issues of that.
Yeah, Brenda Starr. She's kind of tough to come by without paying her.
Have you heard of the Bruce Gentry?
Let's
see if I have.
Yeah, I know it if I see the logo. That's another thing I do too. I look at logo. I usually kind of remember mastheads and logos.
My Superior is similar to Brenda Starr, and it has a lot of good girl covers in it. I probably don't have one nearby.
Yeah, I've showed this one before, but Ellery Queen is another.
Yeah, I want that one. But what's the one where the guy has the skull ring, the dragon?
Yep.
This was a $50 eBay.
Yeah, I love those. Out of the Night. I actually just started kind of looking at those a couple of days ago. As a matter of fact, I was like, those are pretty cool.
This was an auction win for $49, but it's a really nice copy.
Yeah, that's really nice, man.
Atlas is usually these books are usually rags.
Yeah, and they usually a little expensive too. Your dream, never even seen that before.
Kirby, Simon and Kirby. You send in your dreams, and then they make a story out of it.
Wow,
I think it has 4 issues.
Nice. So that means that some of those are gonna be hard to come by.
There's your guy, LB.
LB, man, ghostly weird. Yeah. I mean, LB, man, it just has this cinematic look to it, like movie posters.
You know how much this book was?
Probably $35, knowing you.
$17 on eBay.
Unbelievable.
The guy taped the spine, and he mentioned that in several listings. So I contacted him. I said, you'll probably get more money, or more people will probably buy your books quicker if you stop taping those spines up. And his wife responded, she goes, I've been trying to tell him that. He doesn't want to listen. She goes, I'll show him your message. I'm like, that's the
Brilliant.
funniest thing.
Brilliant.
And I don't even know why. This is just a cool.
Those are
photo,
getting
guys.
hot, man. Those are getting hot. Those are getting hot. I was my LCS here. He had a whole box of them. He was like, Matt, I think you might want this. And I was like, well, let me see it. And I was kind of like you, like, I don't. And then I
Them's are
started
smart.
noticing just this week, I started seeing those pop up a lot in some of my Facebook groups.
This
Nice.
is a hard book. Every time I show these, I have somebody inquiring if it's for sale.
Yeah, that is
This
nice.
is one of Dell's original superheroes. So, Superman
Fantastic.
created that boom,
Yeah,
So everybody wanted that moneymaker.
nice.
So this is from 1941.
For
It had tape all like up. You can kind of see a spine, and I took it off, heated it up with a steamer.
Nice.
What did I pay for that? I don't even know. It's a Gerber 5. This is a book I've been wanting for the longest time, but they were really low grade copies on eBay. So then I found this one, which is a Canadian version.
When I see that I just for some weird reason it just popped in my head. I just think about Scooby-Doo and the way he's pulling the hair up. He's like, it was you.
And there's this Canadian seller. He's got great books and great prices and free shipping, but he blocked me for some reason. I don't know why.
Hey, you know why? Because he's been looking at your channel like he's getting all the deals.
I just made a new account.
Oh man.
And I know that's funny. This is what's his name? Oh,
I've got some blue boat right here.
I can't remember the artist though. He's the one that worked for Mad Magazine.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about Al. I know exactly what you're talking about. Alan talks about it from time to time.
Daverson.
And I got this for like $15.
Oh yeah, I saw you show that. That's cool.
Good old Blue Boat, man.
Oh man,
a lot of volumes in Blue Boat too, by the way.
He's the guy that does Space Hawk. Basil Wolverton.
Yeah, Wolverton. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, Wolverton.
I don't see him do too many covers. This was $5 at a comic fest show.
Unbelievable.
All-Star Comics.
Yeah. Early All-Star
1950. It had a big spine roll, and I just pressed it out.
Yeah.
No, it didn't have a spine roll. It was one of these books, that falls down into the box and it gets bad.
Yeah, it gets caught up. Yeah, it gets caught.
I found quite a few of those books like cheap on eBay, and I just get them and press them. One of them was an early headline superhero. But the story in here is so awful. The main All-Star, it's crap. The art is bad, but there's a nice backup feature in here. So here's your girl.
Oh yeah, Mary Marvel, man. That's what
47. Yeah, her series came out later. Phantom.
Yeah, can't go wrong with those.
This is a feature book from 1949.
So Tiger, before we scoot, let's tell everybody about your trip to Sweden, man. That was absolutely probably one of the coolest things that I have seen in a while, man.
You gotta thank my wife.
A full-fledged comic book store overseas. It's really cool. That's really cool.
You gotta thank my wife, and she helps me out. She supports my hobby by letting me go to these places and coming along. So we Googled a lot of places, and then we just walked through this city, and it was cold, but I love doing that. I grew up in the city. It's adventurous. You're like on an adventure. You feel like a little kid,
Yeah.
So we did that. We tracked down some Red Cross, which was that was the first stop, and I didn't know what I was going to find because I've been other countries and not find anything. So I bought almost all the comics there.
Yeah.
50 cents seems quite high, I thought, but so I bought all those, mostly Phantom and Disney. Then we went to, she was on a check off her bucket list type thing. because she had lived there when her youngest daughter was born with her ex-husband. So we went to where her apartment was, and they had a shopping mall across the street, which had this like Goodwill, but higher end, Bork and secondhand. So they had a bunch of comics in there. I found hardcovers. It was fun. And then, yeah, we went to Copenhagen, and I was all excited.
Yeah.
Got the address. We walked like a couple blocks to the coffee shop. I showed the cab driver the address, and we went.
Yeah, I could tell. I could just tell. Even with you holding the camera, I was looking. I was like, yeah, he go ballistic, because I know I would have just set up shop and sat down all day.
When I saw in the reviews, because I was checking reviews, I'm like, I'm not going to a shop. It's all new stuff. So
yeah,
I'm not going
I do that all the time. Yeah, no.
Said,
if I see modern books and that's all I see, I'll pass it. Like, nope.
When I saw the listing old comic books, I think I dropped the phone right there. I was like, okay, we're out of here. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
And they have another shop too. I didn't even get to hit, but
yeah,
I didn't even have the money because I was at the end of the trip. I mean, I used all my resources for that trip, but I'm like, I probably will never be here again. So I gotta buy some wall books.
Yeah,
and when I found that bin for Marvel Silver or Marvel Bronze Age stuff, I was like, I pulled the whole run of Tomb of Dracula.
Yeah, I saw that stuff and I was like, man, that is, woo, because that dollar go a little bit longer overseas. I was like, man.
And they had some older Disney books, but they had tape on the spine, so they're like 50s Disney in Danish. But
yeah, I saw him up on the wall. I was like, wow, I saw the old Batman. I was like, man, that's some good stuff, man.
I left a lot of Bronze Age Superman, kind of that's forgettable cover stuff,
Yeah.
But if I would have had more money, I would have definitely brought it home.
Awesome.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
I appreciate you, man, stopping through, man, and joining us on this, man. And this has been a great show, man. And as always, you're always welcome over here at the Comic Hall Crew, man. Look forward to working with you in the near future. And it's a beautiful collection of books, man. It's just so great to see stuff that you don't see all the time. It's not the Venom Lethal Protectors and your normal stuff that you see on every day. This is stuff that you probably see once a year. And so it's just great to see these books.
Well, go on my Instagram. I've been posting my modern and some 90s stuff, Venom, and that. It's just give everybody their little fix.
Yeah,
the modern.
I've got to go Venom Lethal Protector send down the hall, so I can't beat up on it too bad.
I have 90 gems and modern gems, but it's not my thing. So
yeah,
but I do have them. There are, of course, if it's a comic book and it has that wow factor, it doesn't matter what era you want it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, everybody. I still buy my bronze when I see it from time to time. So
here, let me show you this one, Matt. Before we go, do I have it up here?
Yeah, we still do bronze over here, y'all. We still do bronze. I still get my books when I can find them at a good deal. And for those looking for deals, right now is the time to be looking. It's definitely a buyer's market right now. It is definitely a buyer's market.
This is one of my favorite Venom books that I own. Clayton Crane cover.
Yeah, that came out what 3 years ago? 3 years ago?
I don't even have the date on this.
Yeah, I think that was 3 years ago. I think that was during when everybody was doing the Thanos. Yeah,
best $12 I ever spent on a modern.
And that's a win, because back, me and you talked off air, man. They are taxing for those new books when they come out, man.
Yep.
They are taxing for those new books, man. I've actually got one back here. I've got one. Just came in. I still buy new books from time to time. I just put it in my little drawer. I hadn't even took it out. This is that Pop Kills variant, but I'm not gonna flip the cover around.
Oh, the Adam Hughes.
Adam Hughes, yeah. I got me and Alan. I actually sent it to Alan and was like, "Hey, man, you might want to pick up one." And he was like, "Oh, I didn't know that was out."
Let me tell you one you want to pick up. Is it Ronin: The Lost Years? The Ninja Turtles?
Okay, yeah, I didn't get the new one.
No, it's coming out in February. It's a whole new turtle team.
Well, I'll be on the lookout for that. I've got that.
I think it's called The Lost Years.
Okay, I'll grab it. I thought it was already out, so I didn't go look for it. I was like, you know what, I'm not even going to deal with it. So I'm glad to know that it is. It's coming out, so I'll order
Yeah,
one.
you can pre-order it.
Yeah, I'll show this in going in going too. This is Mickey Mouse Volume 1, number 6. This is from 1936, and this is in pretty good shape too, man.
All right, well, this will be my last book.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
actually found a second copy of this.
Yeah. This is a classic example, ladies and gentlemen. When I tell y'all, restoring does not matter. On these old books like this, pick them up.
Yep.
Pick them up.
Forget what I paid for this. Less than $100.
Yeah. You can get some good deals on restored books.
It was on auction, and I think I paid a little more than 100. I fought for that book. I was like,
Yeah.
this is a book I'll fight for right here.
Yeah. Bringing it home.
It's one of my favorite books of the Golden Age. I just like the trope of the giant superhero, and then the criminals are small.
That is
And they
tight.
did that on a lot of books.
Awesome, man. Well, Tiger, look here, man. We appreciate you for stopping through, man. Tell everybody where we can find you at.
Nighttiger Comics, YouTube, and at Nighttiger Comics, all one word, on Instagram. And feel free to hit me up, start a conversation. I'm not afraid to talk.
He will definitely hit you. He will definitely respond, and he'll hit you back, man. Tell me about your show on Fridays on your late night.
Yeah. Tomorrow we have the Christmas special.
Yeah.
So for the first hour, we're having Battle of the Christmas Covers. Who's the best of the best? You get to vote, and you determine the winner. The second hour is open forum. If you can get in, I'll put the link in the chat. You could show a comic or two, say Merry Christmas, and then scat out. And we're going to have tons of giveaway. Actually, I was at my LCS, and one of the books I'm giving away is Adele, Carl Barks, Donald Duck issue. And they had it for $50 over there. And it wasn't as nice as the one I'm giving away.
Nice.
And I have the gold key counterpart with it, a Swedish Disney book from 2001. And then the FF Annual 6, first appearance of a Nihilist, will be yours. Some lucky winner will get it. Some lucky bastard will walk home with that.
What's your plans for 23, man? You got any plans for 23?
Right now, I really need to rein in. My job dynamic has changed. Things are slow. I can't really be buying big books. So, and I'm
right
grateful for the last 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
That
I'm right
market drop.
Yeah. I've got my new year coming up, so I've got that. Which, me being a entrepreneur, I've got my fees, my insurance, and all that good stuff is the beginning of the year. So it's kind of like I've got to kind of hold off until the spring on really big books, man. So
my house is almost paid off, and my wife's going to retire at the end of next year too.
Oh, man. So yeah, that sounds like a game plan.
So I need to pay those credit cards down, get that house paid off, and then I'll have open money to buy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick more to dollar books for now, and that'll keep me reined in because I only want to bring in certain books to the collection. I don't want this to sound like snobbish, but I've got rid of a lot of the fat.
Yeah. No, that sounds. Hey, I just had this discussion with Al a couple of days ago. I was with Dusty Britt Brown. I was just telling him, I was like, yeah, man, I've got to go through my collection. I actually was in storage, and I've got one of those. Not sure if you saw it recently, the Foreign Spider-Man that sold for $35,000. Did you see that? Yeah, it's the El Araña, the El Hombre Araña, whatever. I've got one of those books. I've got 2 of them actually.
Oh, is that the one with the Gwen Stacy?
Yeah, I've got 2 of them. I've got 2 of them sitting in storage. And I was in my storage looking for them. And I realized, I said, man, I've got a lot of junk that needs to be sold. That just needs to get out of here. So that's what I'm going to be doing next year. Is I'm going to be bringing boxes home, going through, making piles of stuff that needs to just get out of here. And I'm going to use that money to get some of this good old gold. So
I think that's what happened. I think I gave away my first lost years. Like I couldn't find it because I sent out a bunch of AOKs of the books the modern books I was purging. And I gave my neighbors a long box, and they started telling, "Oh yeah, we found this key and that key, and if you get it graded, it's worth this." I'm like, let me go back and look through some of these boxes I haven't given away. And I started pulling out $40 books. I'm like, I better just keep these for now because
Yeah,
the grandson's he's getting into it. But
yeah,
I'm waiting to see. My grandson's like, give me this, give me that, and I'm like, you got to earn it. This
yeah,
is how you start collecting. People just
yeah.
don't give you everything. You got to
Bingo.
earn your books.
Yeah, and yeah, and that's and in closing, man, that's one of my biggest things. I tell people you have to put in some leg work, man. And as a man that's on the road a lot, you know how it is. You got to put in leg work to find some of this stuff, and nobody's gonna give you anything in this industry. So yeah,
And I do. If I hear someone say, I just sent out a AOK because someone said I only have one golden age in my whole collection. I'm like,
yeah,
well,
but you hook them
I
up,
can't.
man. Stuff like
I
that.
can't have that. So I sent them 3 other golden
Yeah,
age books.
yeah. And for those who are interested, man, just hit us up, man. I'll tell you. We joke a lot on my channel, on the show rather. We joke about how a lot of times people are unsure of stuff, man. Inbox if you want to get into golden age collecting or you're interested. Hit either one of us up, man. I can talk this stuff all day, man. I really love it. So I go to stores and store owners. It's funny because I tell you how I got a lot of those Captain Marvels. I picked up one in one particular store, and the store owner said, are you in the golden age? And I said, yeah. He said, are you like really, really into it? I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. And he just said, hold on. He wheels out like these pop pallets of golden age books. You're like, knock yourself out. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, yeah, this is stuff that nobody wants in the store. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I can't find anybody who wants to get this stuff, man. And so a lot of times these store owners, man, they have this stuff, man, and they're just sitting on it because they don't have anybody that really comes in and look for it. So.
Or even they don't really know what it's worth. I found 3 issues of Black Hat Western at my LCS for $20 a piece.
I mean, when I saw the one that
let me show you this book,
bro. That is a tough book.
$30 in the back because I don't know what it is. What else did I get? This book is the best looking copy of this I've ever seen. It's Captain Flash number 2.
Look at that.
That was $20. And this is the first superhero of the Silver Age. This guy was before Flash.
Wow.
Actually, DC was afraid of losing the trademark.
Yeah.
So when this character was canceled after 4 issues, the next year they came to showcase with the new Flash.
Unbelievable. That $20, y'all.
So people that are into like deep knowledge, they'll recognize this as the first Silver Age superhero. But because DC has the popularity, they get the key with Showcase 4. So all you that bought a Showcase 4, I'm sorry for your money loss, but that is not the first superhero in the Silver Age.
All right, man. And
yeah, $20.
20. I mean, that's highway robbery, man. That is daylight highway robbery.
This is like a $200-$300 book. I mean, these books are usually way beat up.
Yeah, that is gorgeous, man. That is absolutely gorgeous, man. Everything looks good about that. So sweet. That's a great pickup, man.
The cover looks better than the story, though.
As with most of those,
pretty cheesy. Yeah.
All right, cool, man. Well, Tiger, we appreciate you, man. Ladies and gentlemen,
thank you, Matt.
Hey, man, thank you, brother. Check us out, Comic Hall Crew on IG. Tell a friend, tell your mama and your auntie too about the Comic Hall Crew. Make sure you check us out. We stream twice a month. So make sure you hit that bell so that you can get notified when we're on. We usually have each month we usually have a open mic session, so you're always welcome to come in and just chat, and we just have a good time talking it up. And for this first edition of Solid Gold Soul, I am Matt from the Comic Hall Crew. I am out, brother. Enjoy yourselves. Happy New Year. Peace.
Happy holiday.